Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the All Go Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Want to talk about the hunter versus the hunted, especially when it comes to college football. When you look at a team that's wins on a consistent basis, the one that we could say is elite. Let's use Alabama for example. They're a team that is pretty consistently in the college football playoff, national championship discussions. They're an elite team. They're a team that has national championship or bust aspirations, and they're not crazy. That is the expectation for them. And when you look at their seasons, pretty consistently, there's always a game that Alabama loses, right? Outside of, the 2020 season, they are always going to lose a game because, number one, I just think that in college football it's incredibly difficult to go undefeated in the regular season. And two, I think the SEC is a really good conference and they have multiple talented teams. So just a really difficult thing to do. And when you look at the teams that do end up beating Alabama, like for example, last season was Texas A&M in the regular season. Texas A&M didn't play as well before the Alabama game or after the Alabama game. And you could, blame it on the quarterback situation, but nonetheless, they didn't play that well before that game or after that game. And that is because Texas A&M treated that game like their national championship. They treat that game like it is their Super Bowl. And a lot of teams do that because Alabama is one of the teams that is the hunted. Everybody wants to perform their best against Alabama. Everybody wants to have their best possible game against Alabama. Every coach wants to have their best game plan. So you are legitimately taking every team's best shot every single week. You get the haymaker. You get the potential, knockout blow every single week. And that's a very difficult thing to do, but they are able to, pretty consistently handle that and still come out victorious. And I bring that up because I think this is a realm that, at least for this season, Michigan football is going to walk into because they are the defending Big Ten champions, and teams are going to want to throw the haymaker at Michigan. They are going to want to be the team that knocks off Michigan this year because they are the defending Big Ten champions. And I think it brings a different amount of focus that's needed, a different amount of energy that's needed, a different reality where you have to understand that as a staff, as players, that teams are going to try to be the ones to knock you off. So it'll be interesting to see how Jim Harbaugh and the players kind of adjust to that new reality that they're going to deal with. Because, if before the season started last season, I don't think anyone would have said Texas A&M was going to beat Alabama, but they did. And when you look at, Michigan's schedule, they're out of conferences. Not a difficult schedule by any stretch, but you look at a team like Maryland, that's their first conference game. I don't think anybody right now would say that, oh yeah, Maryland is going to definitely upset Michigan. And I don't think that'll happen. But when you're getting every team's best, you just never know. It is the way that college football works. That's why we play the games. And you just never know what happens, especially when it comes to 18 to 22-year-old kids. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust. It's going to be a big season for Jim Harbaugh in Michigan football, because I think there will be people to say that if they don't duplicate their success this year, that last year was kind of just a fluke and a one-off. And not that I believe that, but there will definitely be people to say that. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And that is it for me. Peace.